So, I am just going to get started. I think it's 1 o'clock at my time right now. So, welcome everybody and thank you for being here. If anybody's here, my name is Heske. I don't know if anybody knows my background a little bit or have seen the videos on my page. I am a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. It's a method that is developed and designed by Marissa Peer. And I will not explain too much about it right now, but it's a method where you go to the root of your mental, physical, or emotional issue by going into hypnosis. You get to the root of your problem that is caused by a destructive or not positive perception about something, and that is causing you to behave accordingly. And you go to the root of that perception and you change it. You rewire your brain, and that rewires your behavior and your emotion as well. And that is very quick and very effective, and you can see results in 1 or 2 sessions and without any medicine or a medical procedure. So it's really a great method and I'm so excited about it. And apart from that, I am a clinical psychology graduate. 3 years ago, I have started this journey to become a therapist. And before that, I was a buyer and a product manager in the fashion industry. And I decided to leave that all behind me and start a new career and dedicate my professional life to helping people. So that is about me. I just want to get started with the topic of today, and that is your mindset and your health set. So about that, I already said in my earlier video that I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a personal trainer or fitness expert. So that is not my expertise. That's not, I'm going to tell you what to do, what to eat, what not to eat, how to exercise. There's a lot of information and great sources of information out there that you can look for. But today I really want to discuss 2 things. One thing is your motivation. If you have all the information and you know what to do, and still you find yourself stuck, as if you're having this kind of blockage to really do what you think that you should do. So that's number 1, motivation. And then the second one is, okay, if you are motivated and you have tapped into that motivation and you have the plan laid out for you to that you know what you're going to do and when and how and with whom, and then how can you use your mind to really make that change permanently, to ingrain it into your mind and into your consciousness, and to change your lifestyle for good. So as I think there is not anyone joining so far, I don't think there will be any Q&A in the end of this session, but that's okay. I'm very excited anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, let's start with the first topic. That is motivation. So as I've already said, there is so much information out there. You know, you just have to look on any website or go into Instagram or Facebook, and there is just so much information. It's even like around you everywhere, that there are these kind of trends going on about health. And health, it's becoming almost like a religion. And then you can find yourself like, what is going on? Should I be doing as well, the same as this whole trendy stuff is going on at the same time? I saw someone join me. Oh, that's great. Thank you for watching. Should I also be drinking the chai lattes and the oat milk and eating the chia seeds? Should I also do that? So you can feel like you should be motivated in an external way just to fit in. And then there's another thing why you can get to the why, because we have a lot of information that is like a what is going on and how and when and what. But the most interesting question when it's going to the root of your motivation is why. Why would you behave in a better way concerning your health? Why would you do that? Is there something going on physically that you're not happy about? Or is there something going on emotionally? Aren't you feeling happy? Aren't you feeling well in a psychological or emotional level? And there you come more to the deeper level of your motivation. If you don't feel well physically, and a lot of times then emotionally and psychologically you don't feel so well neither, then you have a very good source of motivation. That's a first step. So normally that's the moment where you start to look for information. What can I do? You start to ask experts for advice, and they give you all this advice, and it's great advice, and you have this whole plan laid out for you, and then you know what to do. You know, it's just a matter of doing it. And sometimes you just start and you feel like, okay, this is what I should do. This is good for me. It's going to be great. And then after a couple of days or a couple of weeks, maybe something happens. You have the worst day at work, or you have such a shitty day, or someone is really, really mean to you, or something physical happens, and all goes to shit. And it's just, and you feel like now it's spoiled. There it is, and it's just, what's the point? It's all spoiled anyway. I have broken my promise, and well, just never mind. And you try to forget about it, and you're disappointed, of course, in yourself. So that's the point where I meet a lot of people who are at that stage, that they know what to do, they know what is healthy for them, what is good for them, but still they can't get out of that vicious circle of trying and then failing at something, some little part, and then just trying to forget about it for a while, and then again they feel so bad, or they really want to try again, and they try again, and they have the same experience. So as a RTT practitioner, what is very common is that I try to go to the root of this issue of how are you, why would you behave in a certain way that is good for you? Why would you take care of yourself or not? If you would see yourself as your best friend, how would you behave differently? How would you treat yourself differently? And I mean, self-love is very easy to be said, but for many people, a lot harder to be done. So a lot of times it comes down to a couple of like universal emotions or beliefs that we have about ourselves. One of the very, very, very common ones is the feeling like I'm not good enough anyway. I will fail, and I'm just, I cannot live up to the expectations. I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm not good enough. Everybody can do this, but not me. I'm not worth that all that effort and all that energy. Just, and then failing one day because you had a shitty day and eating that chocolate bar or not going to the gym is proof for you to say, see, I'm just so weak. I'm such a shithead, I'm not good for this. And you see the confirmation of your own perception that you're not good enough. The second one is that you have this belief that you are good enough, but it's not available to you. Wait a second. Yeah, there I am again, sorry. The second one is the feeling that it's not available to you. For some reason you feel, maybe because your dad is heavy, that you think, yeah, my dad is heavy and he has always been heavy my whole life, so I'm heavy as well, and there's nothing to be done about it. So no matter what I try, I'm always going to be heavy just like my dad. Well, that's one belief. And the other one is that you're different. So that's another common belief. I'm going to pause the video for a moment because something's happening with my camera. Yeah, the feeling that you're different. Everybody can do this. Everybody is behaving healthy. Everybody can do this, but not me. Because I'm different. I don't fit into that group of people who can do that. For some reason you have this belief. And that is limiting you completely. So that is something that is rooted very deeply into your subconscious mind. So, you guys, then what I want to say is that the next step, if you have gone to this route and you have changed this perception, one of those perceptions, and you have undone this belief that is limiting you, then you can go to the next step. And you have to see, okay, I have the motivation now. I know that these old beliefs, I'm not good enough, things are not available to me, and I'm different, that is just not true. And I have gotten rid of that old belief. I have changed it for a new belief. And now I'm going to work with my mind. I'm going to stop the video here. So, yeah, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, so that old perception that you had about yourself, that is just self-sabotaging your motivation. That is something that I covered before. So now, if you have gotten that out of the way, and you know that is just an old perception of you, that you're not good enough, because now you know that you are good enough, and that you think that a healthy lifestyle, changing your lifestyle is not available for you, that you know now it is available for me. That's just bullshit. And the third one, I'm feeling different. Everybody else is being so great and so fantastic, but I'm different. Other people are different from me. Well, the fact that many people walk around with this perception of themselves already confirms the fact that you're not different. So, and then we come to the second part, which I think is very interesting, and there you come to work with the power of your mind. That our mind is completely and entirely connected to our bodies and to our emotion and to everything, because we respond to the words and the images that we have in our mind. If the picture isn't right, our behavior is not going to be following. If you have this wonderful plate of food in front of you and you love that food and you're so hungry and it completely is your ideal picture of a nice meal, and I'm in front of you, I'm your partner at the table, and I'm doing like, I'm sneezing all over the food, all my snot and my saliva and my spit is all over your food, your appetite is gone, I hope. Or maybe you have ever been to a restaurant, nice restaurant, nothing wrong with it, and you go to the bathroom and you have a glimpse at the kitchen and you see this most disgusting kitchen you've ever seen. There are like filthy guys, and there's one coming out of the bathroom with a bad smell, and he's not washing his hands, and he's preparing food with his bare hands, and your appetite as well, it will be gone completely. So there you can see how the image that you have of something is so very important. So if you're watching this, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and think about your favorite foods. Yeah. So favorite food is normally chocolates. It's like your naughty food, the food that you eat. You know you shouldn't eat it, but it's still your favorite. It's chocolate, crispy things, sweet fatty stuff. That's a lot of times it's the comfort food that we have. If I would tell you that this food will give you cancer tomorrow, then your whole image of this food will change in an instant. Not that it is. I mean, chocolate is not giving you cancer, but hypothetically speaking, if I would tell you that, if you think about hated foods, foods that you really hate, why is it that you hate it? If you think back, the Brussels sprouts, or that you had to eat, or the lentils, or why do you hate it so much? Because probably you were forced to eat stuff by your parents or by someone, and you just didn't like the taste and this perception. Or maybe sometimes you ate something, oysters or seafood, which made you sick and throw up so badly that you will never ever again will want to eat that food. And so all these images are so important, how we store the words and the images in our heads about food, not only about food, but as well about basically anything. But in this theme of today, you could think of exercise, smoking or not smoking, sleeping enough. What are the words and the images that you say to yourself thinking about these topics? So if you say to yourself, oh, I'm dying in this fitness class, or I hate to go to the gym, I hate to sweat, it's so boring to go to sleep early, it's just for boring people. People who never drink alcohol are so boring. So I should drink a little wine every time I go out. So if you understand really that your mind does form a picture of everything that you say to it, and if you repeat this enough, this becomes like the blueprint of your thoughts. And then it becomes the blueprint of your actions and your emotions. Then you understand that you cannot influence your life and the events happening in your life, but you can influence the words that you're saying to your mind, because your mind is not like making distinction of, oh no, sometimes the gym is boring and sometimes it isn't. No, if you say a lot of times the gym is boring and I hate it, then that is the perception that you're nourishing. So another very interesting thing is that if you don't do that, if you don't change that images in your head, that perception of words, that perception of things. So if you still think, oh, that chocolate is so divine, I love chocolate, chocolate is better than sex, and I love to eat, I could eat a pig or hamburgers, my favorite thing in the world. You could wake me up at night for a hamburger, stuff like that. If you keep on thinking that, then if you go on a diet and you restrict yourself and you just say, okay, I know I love hamburgers, I love chocolate, I love to drink beer, I love that. But I shouldn't do that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to punish myself because I have to, fit in that dress, or I have to be slimmer. But you still have kept that images alive. Then what is happening is that it's like you're trying to push something down, right? You're like repressing your desire, basically. So what happens after, I think on average, we stick to a diet for 2 weeks, and maximum that we stick to a diet is 6 weeks. And 98% of people don't stick to a diet on the longer term. That is after the 6 weeks. So 2% of all diets succeed. 98% of diets fail. Because what happens, you have only a certain amount of willpower every day. And you wake up, you have like this amount of willpower. And you don't only need that willpower to eat healthy and to go to the gym and to sleep enough. No, you need that willpower for everything. To do your job, to take care of your family, your friends, and to do everything. So if one day you've had a hard day, or someone's really mean to you and you had to go on and you had to use all your willpower to get through it, there's nothing left. So then if the old images are still present, you're just going to go back to the old again. If there's still this perception, I love chocolate, it's better than sex, it solves everything, then you go back to that. So you'll see many people saying to themselves, oh, I hate this salad, it's so boring, but okay, I have to just stick to it for X amount of time, and then I'm going to reward myself with a nice hamburger. Well, I think you all understand why on the long term that is never ever going to work, because you're not really changing that perception. So, again, and another thing that comes on top of that is that by repressing and by forcing yourself into a diet, you create a lot of tension and stress, because you're doing something else than what your emotion is actually saying, what you actually want. So you're going against your feelings, you're creating stress. And I can tell you, a stressed person is not going to be the best person to lose or to get rid of weight. So I would say, if you're interested in making that change and take better care of yourself, first go to the root cause of your motivation. If you already know what to do, if you already have the plan laid out for you, then go to the root of your problem, go to the root of your motivation. What is the point? Why would I do this? And why am I not doing what I think I should do? What is that little voice in the back of my head saying to me every time that I'm failing? Is it saying, see, you're just a fuck up, you're not good enough for this? Or is it saying, yeah, you see, you're just different. This is just not available for you. So there's no point in trying. Or is the voice saying, it is possible, but it's only possible for other people, because for you, it's not available. So that's very interesting if you can really like go to the root of that little voice in the back of your head. And if once you've tackled that one, then you can start to investigate the words and the pictures that you have concerning food, exercise, sleep, alcohol, smoking, you name it, everything that you think that is belonging into a healthy lifestyle, drinking water. What is the picture, what is the perception that you have about it, if it's negative or positive? And then it's very interesting, the dialogue that you have with your mind. This was my first session live. Forgive me for the little hiccups in the middle. I really hope this was helpful and informative. If you are interested in knowing more about this, if you want my support and do a session with me, just give me a message, and we'll work on it together. And I've seen great results so far. So that was it for today. I'm wrapping it up, and I hope I'm getting better at this, because well, it wasn't perfect, but thank you so much for watching. And if there are any topics that you would like to discuss for another live session, then just let me know, and I'll see if I can dedicate a live recording on that one. And if you like my page, and share my page and my services with other people whom it might interest or concern, I'm very thankful for that as well. And thank you so much again, and have the best weekend. Okay, bye-bye.